Welcome to Koco's Corner. I am the huge one, Dave Koco from Kocosports.com or KOCOsports.net. It takes you to the same place. It's where the world comes to cash, home for combat sports, and where it's okay to be a passionate fan. I feel great. I feel great. TNA had a great show. Lucha Underground had a great show. What a great Wednesday. I was under the weather. That's why these podcasts are late. I was really sick. I just got, over the high of Wrestle Kingdom, the low of Monday Night Raw, just getting behind on podcasts. I want to apologize to Rob and Boom Boom, who both planned on doing shows today, but I was crazy, crazy sick. So I want to apologize to my other co-host. But while I was sick, I just chilled out and watched Lucha Underground and Impact. And, man, what a great show. Lucha Underground, it's 1 hour. It's one match. It's to crown their new champion. It's a 20-person match. They call it Aztec Warfare match. It's basically kind of like the Royal Rumble where there's countdowns every 90 seconds, except instead of eliminations over the top rope, it's pinfall or submissions, and there are no rules because the owner loves violence. This is going to be a very hard match. Matt Striker tried his best, and I love Matt Striker more than a straight man should. But this is going to be one of those matches where it's hard to call. It was very difficult for them to call. And on top of that, it's hard to review. This Lucha Underground, to me, in my humble opinion, is the best American television show about pro wrestling right now. It's better than anything Impact's doing. It's better than anything WWE's doing. And I'm not knocking TNA. TNA did a really good job. It's just I believe Lucha Underground is just a tad better. And it was just one match, 1 hour. And it's just like, dude, it's the perfect match. Just sit down, get yourself some popcorn, and just enjoy it. It's really simple. The rules are really simple to follow. The match is absolutely amazing, and there's storylines everywhere, and you don't have to worry about a bad match. Overall, it's going to be hard to review this show, but to me, we always ask win, loss, or tie. I think this was a huge win. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. It was a 1 hour show, one match. And to me, it was just absolutely amazing, and it was for the title. And the best part is that there were so many storylines and so many great moves and so many. It's one of those, maybe I'm not the man to review this show, but it's a must-watch. It's only a 1 hour show, one match. It's called Aztec Warfare. Like I said, it's just like the Royal Rumble rules, except you get eliminations through pins and submissions. I'll try to go through the order and hit up any storylines. But like I said, this is a huge win. And I believe if you watch any form of pro wrestling outside of WWE, because I know that there's this group of wrestling fans, the majority, that refuse to watch anything but WWE. And it's almost, I'm kind of sad for them. I'm like, dude, you're missing so much great stuff. But at the same time, they probably don't see Raw as bad as we do. Like if you watch Lucha Underground, if you watch TNA, if you watch Ring of Honor, if you watch I described it as pro wrestling like this. It's like wine or restaurants. Once you've had the cheap-ass restaurant, you're like, oh, well, that's good food. Once you've had a cheap wine, you're like, that's cheap wine. And then the farther and farther you go down that rabbit hole, the more you're like, what? WWE is the McDonald's of restaurants. WWE is the $3 fucking wine you find at a truck stop. The more you go down that rabbit hole of pro wrestling, the harder it is to enjoy WWE. So I hope that people give it a shot. And the best part is they just went on break. They came back, and this match did a great job of showing the feuds, building it. This could have been a great first show ever. So it's one of those things. A lot of people have said good things about Lucha Underground, and me included. I said, oh, it's the best American product out there right now. And I really believe that. And it's one of those things, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know, it's already started. They just went on to winter break. They came back, and if you're not sure about Lucha Underground, check it out. It's just one match, and I guarantee if you like in-ring work and multiple storylines going on at the same time, you're really, really going to enjoy it. Once again, in the comments, if you saw it, win, loss, or tie, explain why. I think it's a win. And I'm going to try to break this down the best I can. But like I said, it's one of those must watch, and so much crazy shit happened. Number one, Phoenix. Number two, Johnny Mundo. Also, Johnny Nitro or John Morrison from WCW days. Start out, they draw number one and two. The owner has a big, like, chip on his shoulder, a feud with Johnny Mundo, so he was kind of smooth about it, like, oh, it just luck of the draw, what can you do? Johnny Mundo's number two, and these two guys are just complete great wrestlers, just fast pace. If you like lucha X Division cruiserweight style matches, this is it. And here's the thing, a lot of people when they leave WWE, they either drop in stock or their stock rises. As far as in-ring ability, I respect Johnny Mundo now more than I ever did in WWE. He's just just doing some amazing things. So these guys really go at it. Number three is Cisco. He's kind of a brawler. It was a little bit of a disappointment, but it builds. They're the heels, so they have to get the heel out. Then I always mispronounce this guy's name, King Carino. I call him Carino, but it's probably wrong. Number four, Son of Havoc. You saw him in Tough Enough. It's all him on the Indies. Comes out as number five. And Pimpalina Escalada. I say she because I think if you're a tranny or transgender, I don't know what's the word. I usually when I meet people like Pimpalina, they usually want to be called she's, but I got a lot of heat in the comments for calling her a she or him a she, or I don't know. But really entertaining, fun wrestler. She did a couple arm drags. It got a huge pop for kissing Phoenix. And then there was also he, I keep saying she, I'm sorry. I have cross-dressing friends in Tokyo, and they like to be called she. So, but he threatened to kiss the referee, and it was really entertaining. Number seven comes out Prince Puma. A lot of, people that watched pro wrestling or watch the independents know him as Ricochet. He's absolutely awesome, does some great stuff. And, man, the women are booked here so well. Evelise comes out at number 8, and it's just great that they have the women and men, and it's just something different and refreshing. Number 9, Drago. I thought Drago would do a lot better. Number 10, Bale. Cortez Castro at number 11. Number 12, Ricky Mandel. Number 13, Big Rick. And now Big Rick, he was the last ECW champ. What the hell was his name in WWE? I forget. Fuck. But anyway, his WWE gimmick is dead. But Big Rick, throughout his whole career, I shit on Big Rick. I'm not going to lie to you. I just thought he was horrible. I thought something Jackson. Fuck, what was it? Oh, I apologize. I don't know his WWE name. But Big Rick, I've shit on him his whole career. In the last 2 or 3 episodes of Lucha Underground, for a big guy, he's really holding his own. And he's very entertaining, and I enjoy it a lot. Pentagon Jr., number 14. 15, Superfly, and then Chavo Guerrero. Chavo Guerrero came out just crushing people with chairs. Him and Pentagon Jr. are supposed to be friends, and they were tag team partners. And he gives a high five to Pentagon Jr., and then Chavo Guerrero in the Hall of Fame Guerrero family style smashes him with a chair. Then we have the small person, Mascarita, come out, and dude, the Lucha Underground fans go absolutely crazy for him. So it was a lot of fun. And plus there was a spot with him and Big Rick that was kind of entertaining. And then comes out one of my favorite female competitors of all time, storylines and everything, Sexy Star. And Sexy Star and Chavo are in this feud. And most people that don't watch the show, you're like, oh man, and a woman feuded, it must not be that good. I enjoy it a lot. Blue Demon Jr. does come back because Chavo throws her on a chair, and she gets revenge by hitting him on the chair and pinning him, and Blue Demon Jr. finally makes his return. El Marchino, I probably totally slaughtered that. Loco, I don't really feel in this guy, but I guess they have to get it, guys in there. And then Mills Menendez, the man of 1,000 deaths. He's number 20. He's the last one in. And from there, they start eliminating each other. Big Rick, just, I don't feel bad. I'm just kind of happy. But I used to bury this guy, and he fucking did great for a big guy. They're hiding his weaknesses, and not only that, but like there's a part where he gets pinned by two guys. One guy flips off the top rope, and the moves here were absolutely amazing. And it's just I see Big Rick, and he's telling the ref to count fast, and I'm just like, dude. Most people have giant fucking egos and looking to kick out, and it's just. I don't know. I used to hate Big Rick, but I'm totally starting to respect him. And from there, there's just basically it comes down to Prince Puma and Johnny Mundo. Those are the final two guys. And they did well. No, the final four was Sexy Star, which I found to be amazing. The good thing about Sexy Star, the women do so great things. Like. There's the total divas that are embarrassing, and some women's wrestling at your local indies could be really embarrassing. These women are really busting their ass. Lucha Underground does a great job. Well, you have Sexy Star. She's in the final four, and she's throwing Hurricanes or whatever the fuck, flipping people left and right. And the man of 1,000 deaths spears her, and she looks dead. And I was just like, holy shit. And then, like, the women in this match, I just have to keep putting over because a lot of times when you watch a match, you're like, oh, it's not bad for women. Oh, it's not bad for this company. I'm sorry, the women in Lucha Underground, it's just pure good wrestling. And so this Wednesday, we'll talk about the women in TNA later, but this Wednesday was a great time for women's wrestling. And then Prince Puma and Johnny Mundo work together to eliminate the man of 1,000 deaths. That was very entertaining. But Mundo tries to kick him and kicks Katrina instead, and she sells it like $1 million, and it just looked amazing. The wrestlers did an amazing job. The women did an amazing job. Matt Straker started losing his voice at the end, but we've all been there. And, man, me just breaking this down, I'm blown up. I couldn't imagine doing play-by-play color on this match. It would just be absolutely crazy. But then it comes down to Prince Puma and Johnny Mundo, and it goes back and forth. They're hitting finishers. The people are just eating it up alive. And then Prince Puma finally wins with a 630 senton to become the Lucha Underground champion. Conan comes out, and Johnny Mundo and Conan congratulate Puma on his victory to close the show. And it was the first time that a company, granted it was a 20-man elimination battle, but it's the first time a 1-hour show to one match. It told so many stories. The women held their own. Amazing move after amazing move. A couple surprises here and there. They got the best out of one match. They got the best out of one show. And I really appreciate it. And, I thought, this is just me being a little negative, I thought they were going to give it to Johnny Mundo and just be like, oh, it's a former WWE guy. But the fact that they gave it to Prince Puma, I'm just like, how does Lucha Underground understand pro wrestling so much more than the other American companies? I don't friggin' get it. I don't get it, but I find it to be absolutely amazing. So please, in the comments below, put win, loss, or tie. I'm sorry I couldn't do this match more justice, but it's definitely worth watching. And the best part about it is they went on break. They came back. If you didn't watch Lucha Underground, it's a great place to start off. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Let's see. We do got some live comments. Ewok, hi, Dave. Didn't watch Underground. TNA was very good, too. Yes, I enjoyed TNA, too, and I will be stopping this video and starting another video to talk about TNA. But, yeah, just a great Wednesday. Just an absolute great Wednesday. Started off, my health was horrible. But besides that, pro wrestling was great because Lucha Underground had an hour, crowned a new champion, and then TNA premiered. Both of these guys were on breaks, and both of them, I think, came out hitting home runs. All right, my TNA review will be up next. Thank you, Ewok, since you're the only guy who commented. I'm going to say this show is dedicated to you, Ewok. So there you go. All right, so please like, comment, subscribe, put win, loss, or tie what you thought of Lucha Underground, and hopefully some guys stumble upon this on YouTube and say, hey, I'm going to go check it out, because it's really a great show to check out your first time. It's not, and it's coming back from a break. You can understand everything. You can see where it goes. I guess the only disappointment for me was Drago's appearance. I thought it was too short, but that's just nitpicking. Overall, I think it's a win. Prince Puma is the first Lucha Underground champion, and I've enjoyed. I completely honest. Almost every show I thought was amazing to good, in my opinion, except one, and that was just one was just a little bit lower than the rest, but I still gave it a win. So please, in the comments, put win, loss, or tie what you thought of it. If you haven't seen Lucha Underground, please check it out. Like, comment, subscribe. This show is dedicated to Ewok. And above all, please check out Kocosports.net as Jerry, David Cooey, Scott Adams, and the gang are working really, really hard on it. All right. Bam. Bam. Ewok says, LOL, you're a gentleman, Dave. I try. All right, Ewok, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, Kocosports.net. I'll be back with a TNA review shortly. And with that, I am over. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.